Hey guys, my name is Frisca from Magister Management UNJ. Today I will discuss about supply chain performance. Actually, there is a lot of methods of supply chain performance, but today we will discuss supply chain operation reference or SCOR model introduced by Supply Chain Council, an independent nonprofit organization as across industry standard. The latest release from SEC is SCOR 11.0, which was released in 2012. The reason SEC created the SCOR model is to facilitate understanding of the supply chain so that an effective and efficient supply chain management will be obtained in supporting strategy company. So the definition of SCOR is a supply chain management that can be used in various contexts to design, describe, and reconfigure various types of commercial business activities. You can see on the table the SCOR model based on 4 level. We look further into the level 1, have 6 different process. The first one is plan, a process for balancing demand and supply in order to develop the best strategy for its supply chain activity while still adjusting to applicable business rules. Then the second one is source, the process of collecting and procuring material, goods, or services to meet the needs that were previously planned. Then the third is make, the process of converting goods to the completion stage. The fourth is deliver, the process of distributing finished goods and services to meet consumer needs, here including order management, warehouse management, such as product packaging according to the company procedure. And then the 5 is return, is the process of managing the return of goods at the supplier stage, raw material to do not match the demand from the company and provide transportation for shipping replacement raw material, making claims, and then up to creation of claims and damage of final products that in the retailer stage. And then the last one is enable, is a process associated with the creation, maintenance, and monitoring of information, relationship, resources, assets, business rules, regulatory compliance, and commercial contracts, and to operate supply chains. Next, performance measure to assess the 6 different processes described earlier. The performance measures cluster as reliability, the percentage of the accuracy of the plan with implementation, and this attribute is used to analyze that the supply chain can be relied upon on fulfilling orders correctly. And then the second one is responsiveness, one of the attributes that focus on matter relating to consumer. And this attribute also look at the extent to which the response speed of the supply chain is calculated in units of time, such as time required for order fulfillment. And then the third is agility or flexibility. This attribute can measure the level of supply chain flexibility, such as unplanned order in larger or smaller quantity that expected, or in units of ordering time that are faster than expected. And then the fourth is cost attribute, used to measure the total cost of operating the supply chain in units of currency. And then the last one is asset management, attributes used to measure the level of efficiency of the company in managing the company assets are measured in units of times. All right, then how to make a SCOR model? Here I summarize 3 stages. The first one is designing measurement model, use SCOR metric. And then determining the weight of parameter using AHP technique. And then the last one is scoring system using objective metrics or OMEX. Now, let's look at the case study. Here I take an example of green supply chain that I took from Arjuna et al.'s research in 2022. Green supply chain management in the business world, both manufacturing and services, becomes a very important strategy for sustainability business for companies to obtain and improve international competitiveness effectively by using the SCOR model as a SCM framework. Building a performance evaluation indicator system is very important. Forming the green requirement consists of the needs of the industry that consider the environmental aspect, that The requirements are determined by considering stakeholders in the supply chains and literature on measuring performance indicator, especially green area. Defining the stakeholder will lead to the needs and consideration of measuring performance indicator. Oh, sorry. This is an example of a SCOR metric that has been made, consisting of criteria, configuration, which is the level of time, the level of process described earlier. Attributes are performance measure that are accordance with configuration, and performance indicator that are obtained by conducting interview or questionnaires to related party. Lah. All right, then we go to the second stage, determining the weights of parameter using EHP technique. The analytical hierarchy process, or EHP method, was first developed by Thomas. EHP is a flexible model and provide individual opportunities to build an idea and define problems using their respective assumption. So as to obtain a solution to the problem, there are four processes, which are: first, assessment of criteria based on importance, then second, set priority, third, measuring consistency, and the last one is calculate the consistency index. As you guys can see in the table, this is the final example, determining weight using EHP. The last process is scoring system using objective metric or OMEX. OMEX is applied to generate the performance score and the index for each parameter. OMEX connects every criteria on performance into a model. In addition, the systematics of OMEX method is first determined by setting a minimum level score, which will be the achievement of the minimum target in the performance indicator. After that, optimistic and pessimistic values or score were assigned to determine scale of 10 if optimist and 0 if pessimistic in the OMEX metric. We then define the level of achievement from the current performance. Next, we deduct the score by multiplying the weight that we got from EHP by the defined achievement level. The results are then identified using Trevik-like system or TLS. You can see at table 1, Omega categories with green color with level achievement 8 to 10, category excellent. Then yellow color 3 to 7, with category average, and then the last one is red color with level of achievement 0 up to 2 with category poor. Because you guys can see scoring result table shows that overall score from each performance indicator gives a value of 6.357 and is categorized as yellow. This result implies that the green supply chain is now in average performance. Of 15 performance indicator, there are 6 performance indicator that in excellent or green category, 6 in the average or yellow category, and 3 in the poor or red category. Several indicators need to be improved to achieve the objective. For example, the KPI number 7 is one of the red category. It should be improved because the poor performance of the parameter. To improve the KPIs which have red indicator, the company requires specifically handling hazardous material, such as using a material data sheet. The material can be substituted with a more environmentally friendly material, such as green on lubricant and biodegradable natural rubber latex glove. Additionally, the company also needs to control water waste. The water pinch analysis method can be added to calculate the minimal water requirement, or VMR, and minimal effluent treatment. Finally, guys, there was a short explanation about the SCOR model. We can meet another time to discuss EHP or MS calculations maybe. Thank you for the attention. Goodbye.